Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Takahiro Haruyama. I'm president of Globis Corporation. Thank you for the opportunity today. I am going to talk about how you uh, enjoy business in the United States for medical device. And I have half an hour today. And as you can imagine, so it's not easy to tell you everything about the business in the United States in half an hour. But if you have interest, so please feel free to contact with us. Thank you. I'm going to talk about a little bit about myself and my company Globit, so that you can think about how what we can consult with us. And the second subject gonna be overview of youth market, and third subject gonna be insurance reimbursement system, which is probably very important for your business. And third subject is our service in the United States as well as collaboration with Sinex. And if we have more time, I am going to have for Q&A sessions. The reason I explain about myself, my background is to know about what is a Globis. And I came from a different industry and joined as uh, started the medical device sales company in the United States with a joint venture with a Japanese medical company. At that time, I had enough experience in the United States and thinking it's gonna be very easy to start medical device business in the United States as long as I have a great product. However, I immediately realized after starting this business in the States, uh, product is important, but not everything about the US business. So that is the reason after I exit from this business, I started consulting firm in California, Los Angeles. This is overall picture of our company, Globits. We are located in the Los Angeles, California, and also recently started the business in the Seoul office, and also we have Tokyo, Osaka, and India. And not only medical device regulation, but also the something to do with U.S. regulation, such as food, cosmetics, and also the marketing activity as well. So, what is the overview of the U.S. market? As you can see this slide, uh, global medical device market is growing very rapidly. And if you look at the United States, they actually has over 45% of global market, and they're growing very fast, like 30% last 5 years. From this point of view, you can imagine how U.S. market is very important for any medical device company in the world. And Korean medical device company is successfully growing. If you look at the number uh, between 2019 and 2022, and export is almost double, and the market size is growing as well. And compared to Japan market, so sales from Japan to the other world is still decreasing, and how Korean market is now looking at the overseas business. That is a fact. Okay. The first of all, why U.S. medical device market is attractive? Uh, there's a people who develop innovative products, and there's a strong demand for novel products, clinically meaningful technologies, and it is very high competition in the market, and also the U.S. market is quite significantly, evidence-based driver market. And another reason you have to approach to the US market is the revenue potential in the United States is pretty high. And as long as you obtain FDA approval, it's going to be very credit for uh, any market. Now, how you develop a strategy for US business is uh, the reason you target the US market is not uh, can we enter to the US market? It's gonna be how do you win in the US market is a successful approach. And the factors that you need to think about, the clear value position in the market, how your product is attractive in the market, and better to start communication with stakeholder in the United States as soon as possible. And any point such as insurance or a clinical stage, you are required to show the evidence of your product. So that is very important, especially for reimbursement from the market. So there's some difficulty for uh, understanding the U.S. market from a foreign country point of view, and value position in the United States is a little bit different from other Asian country culture. So to start a U.S. business, first of all, you have to think about how your medical device is sold in the United States. It is a little bit unique compared to the other countries. There's a organization called Group Purchase Organization, who is a negotiation partner on behalf of major hospitals. The large size hospitals, they do not deal uh, with manufacturer directly, but on the other hand, uh, this group purchase organization negotiate with major companies prior to introduce the product to the market, so that there's a benefit for the hospitals. So they don't need to negotiate piece by piece. And there's a fact that most of the medical device institution in the United States uh, is a member of GPO. And how you perform in the market, it is pretty much uh, different from other countries. First of all, you need to understand the local business culture, which probably will be very different from Korea as well. And you need to understand about who is the stakeholder of your business, such as like an insurance company, physician, patient, distributor, salesperson, etc. So developing a product for US market means think about the benefit of those stakeholders in the United States. And also, you need to think about the benefit of a payer, which is an insurance company in the United States. So they have a strong decision making who supposed to be the paid. Also, you need to think about, so compared to Korea, for example, the land of US is tremendously huge. It takes 6 hours from Los Angeles to New York by flight, and it's gonna be huge cost if you look at the entire country from the beginning. So therefore, if you decided to start a business in the United States, you probably think about where is your target area. And so due to the different business culture between Korea and the United States. So not the direct sales in the market is not only the solution, but also you have many options to enter to the US market, such as OEM supply, licensing out, finding out the US distributor, or M&A. So as a result of those situations, so developing attractive products and obtaining FDA approval is not the solution to success in the market. Now you need to think about equally important, that is a business strategy in the United States. So if you think both together, you maybe reach your goal in the market. Let me talk about the US insurance reimbursement system a little bit. So FDA approval is not equal to the success in the market. It is only just for allowance to start selling your product in the market. And you need to think about who's going to pay to your product. Usually it's going to be an insurance company, but it's really depend on the category of your product. So this flow chart shows a complicated US insurance payment system. And so private insurance and government insurance, and also each state involve the payment of insurance system. So due to this complication, it is important to involve someone who understands about your product in the United States as well as the insurance system. So that is very necessary to establish a business plan in the United States. There is 300 million people living in the United States. Among those, 2 million people has private insurance. They usually are categorized as high-income people, and Medicare, which is government insurance, and if you become age of 65 or disabled, you are qualified to get government insurance. It's called Medicare. And there's another insurance system in the United States called Medicaid, but this is only for the low-income families. And as a fact, there's a certain number of people who don't have any insurance, and this is a fact of US populations. So US medical network system is slightly different from other countries. You, as a patient, appoint your home doctor, someone near to you, and the other center of medical network of this home doctor introduce other type of specialist depend on your conditions. And this home doctor kind of control your healthcare network. If you are a member of private insurance, you have limited access to the medical services in the market. Although you know someone who is a very knowledgeable physician, for example, you are unable to reach those people because they are out of network. So you have to get the service from only within the network. That is a very strict limitation for private insurance. The Medicare is a public insurance, and as I explained, the individuals age over 65 and over, and the people with disabilities. And there is some control from each state government. Even the same type of treatment, reimbursement ratio is really different between states. If you start a certain business in California, for example, it could be very different from other states such as Ohio. So you need to look at how much reimbursement occurred at each state. And this is about the Medicare system. Medicare has four type of pay range, and hospital insurance, medical insurance, and Medicare Advantage and prescription drug coverage. So this type of information you can obtain from website very quickly. So please visit CMS website. To qualify as an insurance covered product, you have to apply for the insurance code called CPT, but CPT is not open 360 days, all year round. There's just 3 times you can apply for the insurance. As I showed, the U.S. medical device business, developing product is not the goal of doing business in the market. So we are supporting all the way to the end, starting from developing a product, of course, about FDA approval and how you perform in the market as well. This is the menu of our services. With regard to the approval from FDA, we support pre-submission, 510K, and to the market. In the meantime, you need to work with quality management system as well as insurance reimbursement strategy. And by following those steps, you definitely work with the market for the successful business. So this is all about today's presentation. So if you have any question to my slide, please feel free to ask. Thank you very much.